got a girl, Brett. She go to better. Melody low to the tech. I go in back of the. They all from it. My diamonds, they all look at this. That. I go to bed on bed. I got the demon on flex. I got it in the back. Haters, they talk the check. They step on the rock, the man. I'm a cave back. 400K. I found out where you lay at. I got the lurking and they hate cats. Pockets stay fat. I got the from the block and they scamming. They know what banks at. I got the work on the avenue. They know what tanks at. I got the that live in the mansion. They know what that. I got some that's up in the Jordan. They know what that. I came on top of the building. Yeah, my we had a plan. We came on top of the building. Yeah, my we never ran. Down there, thought that I had a fan. Oh, hey, any 10 o'clock, got a flight out. Yeah, I'm going back out to Japan. I got 2 Billy truck and a bitch door with a land. Bruce Wayne, I'm Batman. Batman, I'm best man. I got my best man. I got my. I go to hotels when I step out. Yeah, your boy got a doorman. I go to nightclubs with a. Yeah, they call me the madman. I ain't no madman. I just go crazy, man. Ball hard, can't face, man. Choppers, rip wasteland. This what happen when you give it a taste life and you give it a wasteland. This what happen when you give it a fake life.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Atlanta Falcons. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And they'll run it here. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to throw. Done. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Done. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Frank Clark in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. throwing on 3rd and long. Dunn. He's going to float this one deep right into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here. Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects? After the interception, here's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. That pick, his 9th on the season. Remember we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball, and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it? Were you in the 9 hole? Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great. That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out there. Exactly. But the 9 picks you want that in a big way. That's a great season. Heck of a season. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Here we go!
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ohio!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win. So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble. And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. On 3rd down, Dunn. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws. Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help. I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh. That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance. Maybe play action? I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Off of play action, it's Watson. He's going to air one out. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Watson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Watson on 1st down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
And he's going to go down again. Hassan Reddick in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson uncorks one for Davis. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They go play action here on 1st down. And going deep for Hill. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he's taken down inside the red zone past the Seattle 15. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And Lambeau will put this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. On 2nd down, here's Watson. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First target, first catch, and a first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On first down, Watson going for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A shotgun snap for Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Reset.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a first down throw. Watson is going to go for a big play now. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Antonio Callaway, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, That doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
Looking to throw on second down. Done. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. Thomas barreling ahead. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Ohio! Ohio!
And they'll go on the ground. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he spins through. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Come on, let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Flex round! Flex round! Hut!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Tiger! Tiger! Tiger!
On 1st down, it's Watson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Tiger! 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 Come back! Come back!
Throwing again is Watson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Come back! Come back!
Operating from the gun. Watson uncorks one for Davis. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Los Angeles. And scoring again, the Rams have widened that lead a bit further. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Finding room inside the 40. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Come back, come back. Come back, come back.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he slides to avoid the hit. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the I? I can cross the T as well. That was excellent footwork to get in bounds and make a great catch.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return. But I don't think they care. They've got the football back. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
The Falcons on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, Dunn sliding out of the pocket. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, the offense will cover this one up back at the 5-yard line.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. On 1st and 10, Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real...
And that's caught inside the 30. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The final shot before the break. Watson going for the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Richmond.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Watson from the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against the secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Minka Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama. To throw on second down. Dunn. Caught left side by Hilton. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. To throw is Watson, operating from the gun. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Come back, come back.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Come back, come back.
Here's Watson to throw on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Watson. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
He has just not had his focus in this game. It's not 1 drop. It's not 2. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Come back, come back. Come back, come back.
Now Watson from the gun, he'll throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Throwing on first down. Done. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
But he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Hut! Hut!
From the gun. Done. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Watson completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Richmond!
To the air yet again, Watson. And now he'll tuck it and run. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see
a couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
he continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Watson now looking to throw on 2nd down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And the ball is knocked out. And the Falcons say they have it, they do. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Flex round! Flex round!
And on the ground they go with a running back. And Hill running right through it. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Flex round! Flex round!
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 2nd down, Freeman. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Falcons on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Done. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
Come back! Come back!
Watson throwing on 1st down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. The son Reddick in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. To throw is Watson, operating from the gun. He's going to let this one go deep. And got his man, complete. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 43 yards. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. The son Reddick in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Seahawks on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now Watson. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. And they'll run it here. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Now Watson operating from the gun. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, these guys want to do something positive as this game approaches its end, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, it's really been more indicative of how the game has gone for them.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Jonathan Jones that time, the one who got a hand in, knocked it away. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And they will take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they take a knee. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Falcons, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it's a loss that could wind up hurting a little as they fall now to 11-4. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.